Welcome back to Fine Art Diary. This is going to be a detailed tutorial on painting wet rocks on moving water. This is a series of 3 tutorials and this is the second tutorial of that. In our first tutorial, we did the blocking of the entire scene. In case if you have missed it, the link is given in the description, you can check. In this tutorial, we are going to paint the detailing of the stones. In the third part, we are going to paint the flowing water. So let's start the painting. In our last tutorial, we did this much, if you can remember. Now let's concentrate on this object because this is going to be the focal point of this painting. I am taking titanium white, cobalt blue, and Viridian and making it a kind of cool color because I am going to paint the key light, which is the bounce light of the sky, and that is very cool. Mixing a little bit yellow ochre in the same mixture because that is the local color of the stone and that also should be visible in this color. You can see I am breaking the shapes and creating new planes. If you can remember, I started adding the lighter planes also, so I am continuing the same process for all the stones now. You can see now the color is looking a little more warm, so I have added a little bit of crimson lake to this mixture. Giving the hints of some layer marks in this area. In broken rocks we will find this kind of marks. In reality you can see many more marks like this. But as I was discussing, we should not copy everything what we see in the nature. How much is necessary, we are going to put that much only. And that also according to our composition, according to our color harmony. Then only the object will not look overworked. These planes are going away from the light, so becoming warm, and at the same time I am also considering the local color of it. Now once again let's change the color. I am taking Viridian yellow, blue and titanium white and mixing a kind of grey-green color. There is a plane change and that is the reason I am making it a little more darker. Making it even more darker, also considering the local color which is more towards the grey. Right now, let's talk about only this particular stone. So, it is having 2 local colors. The portion touching the water surface is very warm and towards the red, and the upper part facing towards the sky is very cool, that is the local color, and it is having greenish hue also. So, while mixing the color, I am considering these 2. And right now, I am re-establishing some of the warm tone of the local color. In this area, this particular plane is going to get bounce light from the water surface and that is going to be cool. So let's mix the color. Over here, this reflected light created the rim of the surface. Now we are going to concentrate on this particular stone and going to paint the edges of it with its local color. So in this case I am going to mix a warm bright color and I am mixing yellow ochre, titanium white and a touch of cobalt blue. So now you can see I have started adding some tiny detailing to the stones. And in this case, this is the local color I am painting. It will define the chiseled edges, and this also I am going to randomize. Some stones will have chiseled edges and some stones will be circular. And like this, I will move on to all the stone shapes. You may ask why I am giving so much of time to all these individual stones. I could have done this like the waterscape I painted with all similar kind of stones with 3 birds, if you can remember. You people liked that video and thank you so much for that love you have shown for that painting. So that is one way of working, but in this particular painting I want all my objects to be unique. So I have to work to all my objects individually. For the next stone, I could not record it because of some technical problem, so directly jumping to this particular stone. This is a wet stone and it has to be very much reflective, and that is the reason I have covered the entire top plane with a cool layer just to depict the sky reflection on it. Now you can see it is looking like a reflective surface. Sky reflection from the top and the reflection of the stones from the surrounding areas. Now I am going to concentrate on these stones. We have to remember one thing. The middle of the canvas will be much more focused than the edges of the canvas. So I am not going to add too much of detailing in these areas. Now another thing to consider, if you are painting the same size of painting what I am painting right now, then you have to add these detailings. But if your painting size is smaller than mine, then you can avoid this detailing and you can keep only up to the block-in. And that will be enough and you can directly jump towards the painting of the water surface. But if your painting is same size of mine or bigger than that, then you have to go through all these stages. Even you have to paint the later stages I am going to paint. That means the size of the canvas also will decide the amount of detailing we are going to put towards a painting. To be very honest, it is also a personal choice. Some people will like loose brush strokes and some people will like very constructive paintings. And yes, it is up to you how much detailing you want to put towards your painting. So whatever I am doing, I am considering two things. One is the local color of the stones and the second thing is the color of the key light. In this case, that is the sky bounce and that is definitely cool. Cool means blue. And as I have discussed many times that if the key light is cool, then the shadow will be warm. So that is what I am doing right now. So while painting rocks, we have to consider it as a polygon. It is having many sides. So if we can establish multiple sides of a rock or a stone, then we can paint it successfully. And that only can be done if we can paint the planes by changing the values. And for that, one suggestion is you can practice black and white painting. It will immensely help you to get the volume of an object. Now we are going to concentrate on this particular stone, and this is going to be the focal object of this painting. As I was discussing, if the size of your painting is lesser than mine, then these steps you don't have to do. How much we have done, that will be enough. But if the painting is bigger than that, then this tiny detailing we have to do. So how to understand that? What I think, painting itself will tell you if more detailing is necessary, and by practicing you can develop that faculty. So adding some tiny brush strokes with the local color. Now adding some more cracks in this area. I am working in the shadow, and that is the reason the cracks have to be very dark, otherwise it will not be visible. Now I will go back to the highlights. While mixing this particular highlight, you have noticed I have mixed yellow to it. But in this scene, all the highlight colors I have used, that was cool. So just to remind you, we should consider the local color also. So in these areas, the local color is pretty warm, and that is the reason we have to add a little bit of yellow to it. Now for the extreme brightness, I am using directly titanium white, which is cool, because the brightest areas always will be cooler in tone. I think we are going to stop in this tutorial, and in our next tutorial we are going to see how to paint flowing water. The link will be given in the description. If you have any question, please write down in the comment box. I will try to answer those questions. And don't forget to subscribe the channel, because many more tutorials are coming in future. Thank you very much for watching.